Hello, welcome to Smile Soul Power. I am Michelle Marie Angel, and I am the author of It Is a New World After All, Live, Love, and Forever Free. I started this channel, Smile Soul Power, back in 2019 because I knew I had some messages to deliver to the world. And I had written one book already, and afterwards I wrote and published a couple more books, and I edited and changed the first book, It Is a New World After All, and now I'm going to present to you my 3 books so that you can get a little more background about them. First, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the context of where these books fit in. I have a huge project called the Alchemy of Light Project, and it's sort of the umbrella to all these spiritual education, literary products and workshops that I'm making. And so I have an Ascension Mastery event series, which is comprised of 12 events, very extensive and comprehensive. I have smaller workshop series. I have inner work guidebooks that go along with workshops or the books. I have 48 stories for awakened awareness, which are little nuggets in children's book format to aid in the ascension process and specific aspects and tools. And I have 6 Follow Your Heart education programs. And all of these come under the umbrella of the Alchemy of Light Project. I do have a separate video that describes this Alchemy of Light project, and I will put that in the description box below. The first book that I wrote is called It's a New World After All, and I first published that in 2005. I had a compilation of poems and essays and quotes, and I put them all together in a unique format. There's 44 sections, each with a title, which is the subject, a poem, and an essay. And this book is meant to open to any page and read one section at a time for meditation, contemplation, or upliftment, or inspiration. I published the book again in 2018 with a little bit of editing, and I used the same cover and a different printer or publisher. And then finally, in 2022, I chose a new cover graphic and published the book again. And this is a great book to start with because you can get it and you can read it in little chunks and get inspiration. And it really gets you attuned to different ideas that are prevalent and relevant right now in the great awakening of consciousness for humanity. The next book that I published in 2022 is called Live, Love, Master Vision and Vibration to Help Create a Better World. And this is a comprehensive guidebook describing the paradigm shift, real life experiences and transformation, ascension, enlightenment, consciousness workings, and specific tools to master life energy and become a conscious creator. I actually started this book over 20 years before it was published, and I had the outline and the idea of the structure and what would be involved. And interestingly, I put it aside for many years, and then I lived my life and lived and learned new things about those topics that were in the outline, and I had actual visceral experiences of learning and applying tools and details for ascension. And so my own experience is very much embedded in this book, but it goes into basics of the whole paradigm shift and what an individual can do to attain higher consciousness. Again, it's very comprehensive, and this is a chapter book. There are 13 chapters. The first chapter is number 13, and it's called The End is the Beginning. and it is very excellent for somebody on the path of ascension. The third book that I published in 2022 is Forever Free, Soul Liberation with the Holy Spirit of Truth. This is a very deeply spiritual, coded with the highest vibrational frequency of higher consciousness book. It will really take the soul soaring to higher heights of consciousness and realization. There are over 70 poems in this book, and there are 7 sections with an essay at the beginning of each section. And this is very timely, it's very deep, it's very healing, and it's just miraculous in what it does to your consciousness when you tune into it with your heart and breathe into the energy. So it's another book that you can open up to any page, and it's highly beneficial in achieving higher states of consciousness, and it's very entertaining as well. How might you benefit from reading these books? How will you feel inside? You will feel anchored in peace and love. You will achieve states of consciousness and higher vibrations that you can anchor into and create a new baseline state of consciousness in higher dimensional frequencies. This is the ascension. You will feel attuned with oneness as you put into practice all of the tools and suggestions and wisdom contained in these books. And you will feel joyful and creative and feel like, oh, my future's so bright, I've got to wear shades. It will be a great feeling and great permanent benefits to higher consciousness. Also, you'll replace the old programming and belief systems to attunement with truth, and that will put you on a certain path of soul success. And finally, if you're interested, you might ask, where can I purchase these books? Live Love, Forever Free, and It Is a New World After All, can be purchased on Amazon. You can find the links at my website, www.smileforlove.com. And SMILE stands for Spiritual Miracles, Intentional Living Education. I hope you buy the books, benefit them deeply, and that they move you to higher states of consciousness, individual soul success, and joy. God bless you. I love you.